can't believe this is my life, that I get to live with you.
Oh, I love your precious heart.
It meant nothing to me before you.
Anna Gray's office. We wanted to welcome the new fiction editor.
And we could live
I bought it for us. I should have asked you first.
for 1,000 years.
I love it. Oh my God.
Christian,
This is Gio Matteo, the architect.
this location is perfect. I'm going to build you a fabulous house.
Please stop speaking to my husband as if I weren't here.
Anna.
You may call me Mrs. Gray.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Lucky Dog Podcast. This is your host, Elias Roush. Here with me today is...
Kellie.
Kellie is joining me for a quick review of the movie we saw 2 weeks ago now. Mm-hmm. What's it called?
50 Shades Freed.
Oh! So, 50 Shades Freed by director James Foley and writers Niall Leonard and E.L. James is the novel this is based off of. Did you read the novel?
No, I didn't read any of them.
You haven't read any of the novels?
No.
How many of the movies have you seen?
I saw all the movies.
You've seen all of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kellie, tell me, as a 50 Shades franchise fanatic,
No.
today, tell
I'm
me
not a fanatic.
what were your first impressions coming out of 50 Shades Freed?
Freed. I think my first impression was it wasn't that bad. That was just it. Like, yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad?
I kind of felt I felt the same way leaving the second one.
It
The first one was good, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see the second one. And then when I saw the second one, I was like, dang, I hope the third one's better. And then coming out of the third one, it's like, well, it wasn't, but it's okay. It's not that bad.
Oh, that was your line of thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was. So when you go to a movie, you typically look for it wasn't that bad. Is that the bar?
No,
It has
that's
to.
not what you look for. No, I'm not recommending people go
Oh,
see it.
well, don't go to the end of the review yet. Now,
Don't put words in my mouth.
no. So first impressions were it wasn't that bad. So in comparison to the other ones, how was it?
Oh, it was terrible.
Terrible.
In comparison to the first one.
Oh, in comparison to the first one, do you think the first one had hype?
I think
The
so.
hype train behind it at
Yeah.
all? The marketing I thought was pretty stellar for the first one, I believe.
Yeah.
I remember because I was even intrigued. I was like, wait, what?
They do what?
There
in this
what?
movie?
There what? There's a what room? Yeah. So, and I saw 50 Shades Freed as well. So I definitely have
Without seeing the other two.
without seeing the other two
Or reading a book.
or reading the book. So you're getting a first take exclusive.
Yeah.
It's hard to get these days because everyone's the book fanatic and everyone's saw the first one and second one. I saw glimpses of the first one, so if the first one's anything like the third one, did you see the entire movie within watching the trailer?
I don't ever usually watch trailers.
I don't either. I more recently than not, but I do remember the trailers and the marketing for the first one.
I remember watching a trailer, like, if it came across YouTube or, like, anything Facebook or anything like that. I'd be like, I can't wait to see this movie.
Right, and I thought the soundtrack did a lot of the lifting for it. I really liked some of the soundtrack on it.
That song's never going to get old. Like, there weren't, for the third one, none of those songs stuck with me, like,
Oh, Jesus.
like, Ellie Goulding's,
Oh, my goodness.
Whatever, Goulding, however you say her name.
Yeah,
Probably butchered that.
the music.
Don't play this song.
I'm not gonna play. I'm not.
Play this
I don't
song?
want to get the copyrighted things down. I don't
Yeah.
want people to say flag this or something like that. But so, let's talk about some good things first.
Mm-hmm.
What did you like about the third movie?
Obviously, the sex scenes.
The sex scenes. Okay, so I didn't even think that the sex scenes were that great.
They weren't that great, but I think for me it was like the only time one of them. It's like the only time they weren't saying stupid shit to each other.
Yeah, well, the writing was pretty rough. Let's try to stick on the good things, though, I guess.
Okay.
But this is yours. The good things for you were the sex scenes.
The sex scenes. And her attitude, pretty much.
The entire time?
Yeah, because I'd say in the first video, her attitude was like this little dainty, scared girl.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's just like, this isn't just about you anymore. Now that we're married, you're going to listen to shit I have to say as well. So I like that about her.
Kind of
her character.
Empowering, sort of?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's made some developments and some growth since the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Second movie as well?
I guess, yeah.
Sometimes they like to regret.
I'm drawing a blank on the second movie. I can't even remember the name of it.
Well, this one darker.
50 Shades Darker. Okay. Yeah.
I
can't remember.
You saw it, not me.
I did see it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't remember everything that happened in it.
Oh yeah. Well, that I think that's an important thing. Is are these movies really going to be lived up, or are they just going to be forgotten?
I think they're probably going to be forgotten. The only thing that's not going to be forgotten is this Ellie's song.
Oh, okay.
Love Me Like You Do. No one's going to forget that song.
Okay. But as a franchise, do you think this is going to be forgotten? Or just...
Probably so.
Okay. So, some more good things. You said some of the sex scenes. What was the other good thing?
Her attitude.
Her attitude.
Changed.
What else?
I think that was it for me. The rest of it, I wasn't into it.
Okay, so I thought that some of the good things about the movie were some of the shots look nice. Like
that's where you and I differ from. Like,
yeah.
I'm basing
right.
my opinion off of what I saw. You like completely go in and dissect everything.
Right. Well, I also think that it's some things that have to be accounted for, such as, was it visually interesting? I thought some of the cinematography was decent on the on the fancy places they went.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the race car driving and stuff, it wasn't horrible in the action scenes. It kind of felt like somewhat between a TV movie and a big screen movie. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, obviously, but I'm trying to reach for straws right now about what was good about the movie, because I personally didn't enjoy the sex scenes. I thought that with the most of them, they felt like they weren't really into it. It was kind of, I mean, since this is a spoiler review, there was literally one scene where they were showing each other, and there's zooms down, and there's a big beam of light.
Yeah, a big space.
A big space of light between them after they had clearly been intimate for at least.
Thrusting into the light.
The light is coming in. It's coming in hot. And I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. If you're going to show it...
That was on the table, right?
I
remember the scene on the table.
I thought the table was okay.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't like the table?
Mm-mm.
I thought that was the only believable one. Oh, no, he was way down her leg when it was supposed to be like he was going down on her.
No. He was licking ice cream off of her bed.
Oh, okay.
He was licking ice cream off of her leg.
Oh, yeah.
And
I thought that was the only acceptable thing that they could do. I guess they couldn't show anything else.
My thing is they were supposed to be in a cabin with family, and they're knocking shit off of a table.
Oh, they're screaming all over
So to me, it was just like, if there's ever an unnecessary time to fuck, like it's now.
Disrespectful to the furniture and to the homeowners.
Someone's gonna eat right there the next morning.
I know.
Bacon and eggs right there where the ass was.
Oh, right on. Eggs over... Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah, some of that was just disrespectful to the homeowners. But
didn't someone, another podcast, say something about one of the sister or the friend was just like, we're like our rooms are soundproof or some shit like that, so be as loud as you want, something like
Oh.
that. And it's like coming from a friend, like a girlfriend or a sister. It's like, it's fucking weird, man. It would completely turn me off to sex the entire trip if someone said that to me. I would be like, oh, thanks. Thank you for letting me know that you're listening.
We'll be listening, but we won't be.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll be listening, but we can't hear.
Yeah.
So be as loud as you want.
Yeah, you can be as loud as you want. Like, what? Oh my god.
Well, you know what? Sorry.
Well, going along with some of their friends. First of all, I thought that the writing for almost everybody was just not that great.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it just was really flat. The acting, the first two the main actors, Jamie Dornan, I think his name is.
Dakota
something. Okay, so we clearly know our stuff.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know Jamie Dornan because he's a crazy motherfucker. Okay, so Christian Grey, the guy that plays Christian Grey, is named Jamie Dornan, and I've seen him on one other show that I thought was okay, and it was called The Fall, and he plays essentially a Dexter type character. Kind of like a killer, kind of psychotic thing. I don't know. He's a good actor in that, so I know he can act.
Yeah.
In the 50 Shades franchise, seeing him in that, I was like, okay, so this guy must be doing okay for something if he's making movies. But evidently, he doesn't know. He forgets how to act when he is with the 50 Shades crew or whatever. It's the direction.
It's the writing.
The writing and the directing is so horrendous on this. It brings the whole cast down because I know that guy can act, and he looked like a brick wall.
Yeah.
The entire time, and first of all, his character, everything, every irredeemable thing that they made him do, they didn't address it ever at the end.
Yeah.
They he's kind of psychotic, and he's over. I know you said over jealous in some things when he's supposed to be, but I thought some scenarios where he was just flat out.
Yeah.
She was not feeling it, and so that was a little. It made it a little bit more difficult to watch. I felt like majority of the movie they were arguing.
Yeah.
And not with good intention.
Or ever resolving the argument.
Right. They would start to argue. They would have sex. They would go travel. And then they would argue while they're on vacation.
Or get kidnapped.
And then the kidnapping plot line would be like, oh, we gotta get them out of France and we gotta put them in New York City penthouse. And oh my goodness, when she was acting surprised, even in the trailer, she acts surprised that he's rich.
About the jet, yeah.
Tell me about that. How many jets has she ridden on? Helicopters?
She's rode on the helicopter.
He has Lamborghinis.
She's been in the second movie, I want to say. I can't remember if it's the first or second. She goes somewhere to visit her mom, and literally within being with her, within the time frame that she's with her mom, he pops up. And so she knows that he has ways to get from one place to the other.
Right.
She's not stupid.
He has security, butlers, chefs.
Yeah, and so, yeah, her being you own this is fucking stupid. That is, it shouldn't have fucking been in there. It's in
the marketing. The marketing of the trailer literally blows, I think, 3 to 4 plot lines. If you want to get spoiled, just watch the trailer.
Yeah. As soon as you get done listening to this, just go watch the trailer, and then you've pretty much seen the movie.
Well, you have seen the movie. I mean,
you know what we're talking about.
There's probably more sex in it. Hell, there's scenes in the marketing that are not in the actual.
Are we talking about things that we didn't like?
Well, now we are.
Now we are. The end of it, because I remember you and I were walking out, and you're like, "Oh, look, they have babies," and I look back, and there's 2, right? Or is there one, and she's pregnant again?
Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I.
Okay, was she not just sitting in that red room, with her ass out, about
Yeah.
It flashes from that to her with a baby, and I'm like,
does it flash to?
I think it did.
I remember.
I feel it was her, and he shuts the door, but you can see her looking behind her. Her ass is
ass out.
He shuts the door, and he's in his blue jeans, and the credits roll, and then here they are with kids, and I'm like,
that was a weird cutaway.
What?
That was
What
a
does
weird.
this mean?
That was. I don't remember the.
So does it mean that everything that just happened, like with the red room and everything, all that shit's over with now, right? Because y'all got kids, or what does it mean? I don't get it.
Oh my goodness.
Or is it just like, boom, here's the kids?
Boom, here's the kids.
Just wanted y'all to see what their kids may look like. I don't get why they had to cut to the part with the kids. Why did the kids need to be put in there? I wish I would have read the books, because I wonder
if they have kids in the books.
Yeah.
I would say that they probably added the kids scene so that they can just kind of end the story, because...
Gotcha. I want to say I've talked to Allison at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Just so it's not...
Sorry. Allison at the gym, she's read the books.
She's read the books?
And I think she saw the first 2 movies, but she hasn't seen the last one. And so she was kind of asking me stuff, and I mentioned something about the kids, and she was like, they have kids? And I'm like, so they must not have kids in the book.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the actors just wanted out of the contracts because they were severely underpaid for the first movie, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Was like the writing, sex scenes, and everything just overall better in the first?
They probably had to see what it was going to do.
Right. I mean, they just didn't make much. The scenes basically, like, were the sex scenes in Freed better or worse than the first 2?
Not better or worse.
Really? So
all the same.
That's surprising to me because I would have expected a lot better. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like I've seen better sex scenes.
Maybe okay.
Considering that's the selling point,
you would not like the first movie. I think it's the first movie. Can I spoil it for you?
Let's. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. He finds a way into her apartment
mm-hmm.
while she's like showering or something,
mm-hmm.
and like ties her up and eats her out and shit. And,
mm-hmm.
Like, it was just weird. It was just like another, like, they had just had an argument or some shit like that.
He goes in there and ties her up, does some weird shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I think you would hate the first one too. Like if you actually sat down and watched the whole thing.
Well, if he's standing from, put away the, whether I think it's right or not or whatever, if she likes it or not. Was it shot good? That's my thing, because I think that if you're gonna sell your movie on all that,
you have to. You're the one who judges.
Well, I mean, you've seen a good sex scene, haven't you? You've seen a good. Was he 10 feet away, or did it actually look like he was doing?
The first one, maybe the scenes were shot a little bit better.
Because it was irredeemable what they did.
Maybe they were trying to
50
kind of
Shades
cut
Freed.
away from that in the third one.
In the third one, they just did really close-ups of their faces and really close-ups of their bodies and kind of touching and stuff like that, and not much actual. I'm not looking for full-on thrusting or anything, but there's creative ways you can shoot that stuff, and if you're gonna sell your movie on it, at least try to do a little something. I didn't feel like it was creative.
Yeah.
Especially going
I wouldn't say that the first or second one are any more creative.
Right.
Oh.
Have you seen Sex at the City?
Sex in the City?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've saw the last 2 movies.
I don't know. Were there sex scenes in there or anything like that? I'm trying to think of good sex scenes.
No, I wouldn't say that the sex scenes in Sex in the City are any better.
Okay. Well, it must be like you can only show so much stuff. But I thought, like, we just watched The Deuce, and let's not go into spoilers or anything about it, but I thought there were sex scenes in there that worked a little bit better, or showed a lot more.
Definitely.
Or, it actually felt real.
It did, yeah.
So, like, if you're gonna show it and sell it on it, fucking sell it.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass it. If I'm going to see a Fast and Furious movie, I want to see some fast cars.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go see a 50 Shades movie, I want to see some good sex.
Yeah.
Right? And this was like a shitty plot line, shitty writing. It looked like neither one of them wanted to be there from the moment they were on screen. And it was kind of irredeemable, just the way they went through the entire movie, not ever addressing any of the problems.
Yeah.
And her evidently forgetting the first 2 movies. But I did enjoy, I guess, seeing her get her comeuppance with some of the other ladies that were trying to hit on him and stuff like that. But this guy was psychotic, and she could have done so much better. I hated that guy. I hated the character, Christian Grey, and I hated the direction they had him going.
That's why I think you would have really hated him in the first one.
He was even worse.
I'd say he was more arrogant in the first one, and then now he's kind of softened up a little bit, where she was softer in the first one, and now she's kind of becoming not arrogant, but more
strict,
yeah.
or just having more agency.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the first two actors, I thought the rest of the cast was not that great at all.
Mm-mm.
I can't think of anyone that did that good. Maybe the real estate agent.
Yeah.
I thought she was the only one that knew what kind of movie she was in.
Yeah.
But everyone else was either overacting. Oh, remember?
I feel like Rita Ora was definitely overacting. I didn't like her character.
Yeah,
as his sister.
I normally like her, and
she
didn't
wasn't
like.
Really, she didn't have a lot of screen time in the other ones.
Really?
I think she had more in the third one.
I didn't like any of the friends or anything that he literally bought. I know
Dude, that was too funny. That was probably the funniest
if
thing.
I want to spend time with my friends, well, I'll buy them. Everyone's like, yay! Let's go to the Alps.
To the mountains.
Yeah, we're going to the fucking Alps or something like that. It was ridiculous.
It was weird because one minute they were like staying in the cabin, they were hiking the mountains, and the next thing you know, they're at a fucking nightclub. It's like, aren't y'all on vacation? Can't y'all go to the nightclub at home?
Yeah, but no, you gotta travel, the private jets and the stuff. And this is yours? You own all this? Oh my.
I fucking hated another thing that I hated. There's a lot of shit that I hated apparently.
Put it on the list.
Now that I'm talking about it on here.
I told you.
Her friend who is dating his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I think that he's got something going on with the
real
estate lady
that had
the architect,
right?
Architect, whatever she is, and she was like, I think he's got something going on with her. Da 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 da. And then Anna talks to her husband. What is his name?
Which of the husbands? Jack?
The guy that she married.
Oh, Christian Grey?
Yeah, Christian. Anna's talking to Christian about his brother, and he was like, oh, he's been around, but people change, da 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 da. And then he proposes to the girl, and she's just like all baffled and happy and says, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
in the background, it even shows what's-her-face's expression, right?
yeah.
That
I'm like, weren't you just concerned about him and another girl?
Yeah, and she, like, turns around, and he's, like, talking to her outside or something like that.
Outside of a jewelry store.
Yeah. And
she was helping him pick out the ring.
So
I don't understand that. I don't get that. I don't. He was like, oh, she's, old friend, helped me pick it out.
I think it was
blah,
a
blah,
stupid
blah.
plot line that they just decided to drop there. Like
it really didn't make any. Like, why didn't your brother help you pick it out? Why not ask her own mother to help you pick it out? A girl that you fucked, you asked to come help pick out your new girlfriend's engagement ring?
Yeah,
that to me doesn't make any sense.
Well, they need to throw it in there
I'd
and forget about it.
throwing drinks and shit in the club if that were me. I'd have been like, excuse me?
There was literally a fight. The fight in there's a club fight or for something. And
I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
not
fight
in the movie.
Yeah, okay. So in the marketing of the trailer, there's a fight in the club, and that does not happen. That's seriously the exact opposite of what happens. They get proposed.
There's a proposal in the club.
I mean,
who proposed? I remember you said something in the movie. You're like, who proposes in a nightclub?
That's what I said. You can't hear anything. Mm-mm. Everyone's like, yeah. I don't know anyone, but if you have, then more props to you. It's probably already turned. You don't have to say let's go out. You're already out. Maybe you're just turned and you did it.
I'd be sitting there fucking laughing.
Oh my gosh, you'd be like, what? What did you say?
I can't hear you.
The music's too loud.
Go get me a drink.
Music's too loud.
That would be my response. If you ask me in a nightclub, I'm like, I need a fucking drink. Somebody in here's a fucking retard.
Oh my goodness. Someone in here is about to get whacked. Well, anything else about it? Do you remember the bodyguard?
He was serious.
He was
serious.
He was
the whole fucking time.
He was like, Mrs. Gray, where are you? Yes, Mrs. Gray. Mr. Gray, I'm here. She's running.
Yeah.
Should I run her? Yeah, we gotta run her. We got another one. I got her in my sights.
Oh my god, dude, that was too funny.
He was always like scowling like a little bit too hard. The director was like, give me more.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you giving? Give me more. He was like really pissed all the time.
All the fucking time. Where was the lady too? Because she was supposed to have a lady security guard as well.
You need to unlock your iPhone first.
Okay, shut up.
Oh, your FBI agent's trying to get in. You're talking about the chef that they had for the one scene?
No, the girl.
Oh yeah, she was slacking. I think they just had to put somebody of color in there so that they said they didn't have all white people, because they strictly had all white people in Rita Ora. And the no-name FBI.
And the bank teller guy.
The bank teller guy.
The bank guy who she's like, I need five. What did she
Oh,
need? Like,
don't even get me
$5 million.
started on how fucking stupid. He's like,
I would be like,
right,
I would like just look at her like dumbfounded, like y'all just got married.
dumb motherfucker.
Y'all have only been married for a few, however many days, weeks, or months.
Right.
And now y'all are arguing, and your husband's not here with you, and you want $5 million out of his bank account. Yeah, let me go get that.
He's like, yeah, sure. Would you like
Give her
cash
whatever she wants.
Cash or check?
What the fuck? There's like no questions asked, and I want to know why.
There's a lot of questions unasked and never will be asked.
And what's so stupid about that part is he's like, Anna's in trouble. How the fuck do you know she's in trouble? How is it the first thing you think is she's in trouble and not this bitch is fucking draining me for everything I got?
She's in trouble. Yeah. She's about to be in trouble.
You about to be in debt.
She's about to be put in the dungeon. She's captured. She's in trouble. Code word. Take her to the dungeon.
It's the red room.
The red room. The murderer. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit. Oh shit. But I think he did. He was like, because the way she was acting, he's like, "Are you leaving me?" And then he was like,
she was like, "No, I just need it. Bye."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I got all that."
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, just to take the plane. Give her whatever she wants.
Yeah. The cars, the money, the planes.
The cars, the money, the penthouses.
My company.
I don't want it. Don't deserve it. This acting's lost all of it for me.
I can't do this shit anymore.
well, wrapping up. Would you recommend 50 Shades Freed? Are you gagged right now?
I keep yawning.
Are you tired? Worked a bunch of 12s, bunch of 12 hours. So let's get you.
If you've seen the first and second one, go watch it. Fuck it, you might as well
finish it.
You might as well. You do need to finish it, because if you stop at 2, you're gonna completely forget. Because right now, I couldn't tell you what happens in the second one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You couldn't tell me. They get married at the beginning of this, so they're not married yet, evidently.
I know that he proposes in the second one, and that is it. I don't remember anything else. I don't remember any, fast car racing or NASCAR racing or.
This is like an enjoyable bad movie to watch, maybe.
Sure. Maybe.
I don't know how I got enjoyable out of that.
No.
It's not enjoyable.
Maybe for women.
Get a glass of wine. Get a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And then get a glass.
Get a little sauce before you watch this movie.
Okay.
And then maybe it'll kind of help you not think it sucks.
If you like ironing or something like that, or might make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe rent it. Maybe if it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kelly gives it somewhat of a rental. I think I kind of had to pull teeth to get that out of that. I give it some ass. This is. I
gave it something.
I know. That's why I wanted you to say something positive about it, because I'm not.
Did.
I thought this was a collection of a jumble of scenes that are all, first of all, spoiled in the marketing. For everything's spoiled in the marketing, and the trailer is an hour and a half version of The movie is an hour and a half version of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
An exact replica. Sex and all.
Yeah.
Lack of sex and all.
The only thing it doesn't show
What
is
is
the children.
It says she's pregnant, which they weren't they?
Right.
They weren't having trouble conceiving. They were just.
They weren't having trouble conceiving.
He just didn't want. He wanted to be the baby.
But there was also never talk of her being on birth control either.
I don't remember, so it's very, very odd. So I would not recommend this movie. There's a bunch of other things. If you have not jumped into the 50 Shades Freed franchise, this is not where you want to jump in. This is not the red room you want. This is not the fun you're gonna have. Mm. If you are looking for something even moderately interesting, enjoyable, there's television shows that are a lot better than this.
Interesting.
Yeah, and shot better. This should have been on television or something, straight to DVD shit or something. This was not a great movie at all. It was a slog, but writing wasn't that great. The fact that there's good actors, I know that there's a decent actor in there, and he just looks like he hates his job. It's like, dang, man.
Probably because all that fucking corny shit he had to do.
Yeah, I agree. So, let's wrap it up. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
Are you ready for another podcast review?
Yeah.
Sometime soon?
Probably gonna do another one tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's keep them flowing. We appreciate everyone that listens. Add us at the Lucky Dog Podcast. Find us on YouTube. Full library is available there.
Add us on what?
Twitter. Lucky Dog Podcast.
Put that in there.
At Lucky Dog Podcast. 5 stars. Like us. Do the share.
Yeah.
Share it with somebody. Don't fall asleep, Kelly. It's okay. Oh no. Don't. We got tons and tons of podcasts to do and movies to watch. You gotta watch all the movies. Watch the movies. Get the movies.
What's another movie we gotta do?
Get the
Just
movies.
So we can let them know.
Well, we're finishing up Downton. We keep saying that, but we're actually finishing up Downton Abbey, and we're gonna have a 6-season spoiler review podcast, which we'll try to get the basic points about why maybe you should watch it. Mm-hmm. Until next time, take it easy.
So you want to play?
Yes, sir.
I made a vow to love you faithfully, forsaking all others,
Did you sleep with her?
to comfort you in